You could call this a political cliffhanger for the ages. Right now, America still doesn't know who will be the president for the next 4 years. Already roughly 50 people in line to vote early on the first day of early voting in Tennessee. The polls open in 1 hour. What you can expect today if your plans take you to the polls. 3 break-ins, 3 fires at 3 churches. It would be strange if that was a coincidence. This is one of the churches where a door was busted through. I can stick my hand through because none of the glass is left. It's all now in this trash. They just swept it up. We want to show you a home here that is submerged in water. If there is anything in that basement, there is a high chance that it is wet right now. N95 masks, surgical masks, and gowns. This map shows where in the country some of these shortages are. In the actual debate hall, which is right behind me across the street, they are bringing in 2 separate HVAC systems to place near the candidates. Right after that man shot him from about 10 feet away, the Uber driver took out his gun, used it on that shooter, and ended up shooting him in the arm and chest at Lebanon Road and Benders Ferry Road. And we are talking about Grace Scott. You can see her face in this TBI tweet. They think it's likely she got into a car at that location because that's where the scent ended. I know people are already starting to look on their computers at home to see who's got jobs listed, so we are here to help. At the beginning of October, there are already 2 hiring events going on. These road closures are a game changer for anybody that lives or works downtown. We have Elvis's hair in a baby food jar on the table here. What is something like this going for? We were just listening to that forecast, and Brett here started to play a little AC/DC, and we were singing thunder. So that's what goes on out here when we're talking CMA.
Never been like a part of the story.
It's definitely unusual for Whit Laxon, News Channel 5 producer, to be heading out in my passenger seat.
I'm very happy to be producing.
This is his usual seat at the assignment desk. And when his 7 a.m. show is on the air, he sits here.
No, that took a hit there.
But today he's leaving the station to help me tell a story about him.
I get off on Rosa Parks and then turn onto Jefferson and come around this way.
Whit takes Rosa Parks Avenue into work every day. That's what he was doing Tuesday morning, around 1.
And right before I left my house, I saw that there was a severe thunderstorm warning in Davidson County. I left the house anyway. Wow, look at this.
On his way into downtown, Whit and his car were thrown across 3 lanes by the EF2 tornado.
I saw one piece of debris in a rotation, and then it was just, I couldn't see anything. There was so much debris hitting my car.
Whit recalls being on the phone with his friend at the station, Annie.
I think she told me that there might be some hail that I would run into, and then it turned to there might be a tornado. Like, you might be outrunning a tornado right now. I'm gonna try to get into the console.
This is Whit's first time back to his car.
Prescription sunglasses. Lady Gaga, Joanne.
Just ask if that person's dead or this or that.
He got stopped by a lot of people.
I had a piece of glass removed from my arm.
Here, was this your car?
Yeah.
This moment with Chris Conti was even replayed on national news.
I think I'm lucky to be alive, and I've got a lot to process. I was a part of the story, and that's very strange to me.
Whit says he's ready to go back to work now after a couple days off.
So I'm sure I will have this epiphany about live life to the fullest and whatnot later. Right now, I'm feeling like some sort of advocate all of a sudden for stay home in a storm. Wow.
Nonetheless, Whit hasn't lost sight of how lucky he is to be able to tell his story.
I lost 2 of my grandparents in the last year, so I think they likely had a hand in this.
I'm Hannah McDonald, News Channel 5.
And I've been watching it very closely.
He may not have his own place right now.
Yeah, I've been watching the numbers on the state cases on how many people in the states got it.
Yet this man is making sure he has a way to get information on COVID-19.
Everything about it is that Nashville got the most cases out of everybody in the state. So to me, it's kind of frightening.
He lives in a community with other homeless people.
You don't know where these people have been.
The virus has been the top topic.
Like washing your hands, keeping your fingers and hands clean, sanitized, and making sure you clean stuff.
Folks on the streets, unfortunately, get overlooked a lot of times. I think this one is ready for a family.
Ingrid McIntyre is making sure the homeless are not hungry.
I don't know why. It makes me sad. We need to have better care for our folks.
She's packing up hygiene products and coronavirus fact sheets, too.
This is some of the sanitation spaces for folks so they can have a porta potty and hand sanitizing station.
She says the city has to prioritize
To get them through a few days.
keeping the homeless healthy.
It's like if all of a sudden we have 500 people who have COVID-19 test positive, what are we going to do? That is a real crisis. Find the money for people to get into quarantines because they're going to continue passing it along to each other, to service providers, right?
And that's the last thing
Yeah, it's scary.
this man wants to do.
You know, they don't have no cure for it, so I mean, it's like just praying that I don't catch it.
And in the next couple days, the city ideally wants to make sure they have 3 separate facilities, one for homeless people who are healthy, another for the people who are waiting to get those test results back, and a third that will be a place that they can self-isolate. And I'm told that right now the city is eyeing the fairgrounds for all of this. Live in the newsroom, I'm Hannah McDonald, News Channel 5.
Hey guys, Morgan Clark here from Morgan's Diner. I'm doing a little bit of baking today.
Before there was Morgan's Diner, there was Morgan Clark, a singer-songwriter trying to make it in Music City.
Now I'm sort of thinking, was it all my fault?
I play venues when life's normal.
The virus forced her to find a new way to support herself.
I felt lonely when this whole quarantine started, and I wanted to bring comfort to people through music and through food, those are the things that I find comfort in.
So the retro-loving 29-year-old created Morgan's Diner in her kitchen.
When I first started out Morgan's Diner, I didn't even think I would sell one quiche.
What might be helping Morgan sell her dishes is her fresh take on home deliveries. For all her customers, she performs what she calls a 6-foot song.
Each place that I go to, I kind of see the situation and see what song could I sing. Thank you guys so much for your support. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna sing you guys my new song, I Start to Spiral.
Morgan's singing this family her original song, Unshakable, which she wrote before the pandemic.
Because it's about people joining together during like crazy times in life. I always know this, but still remaining unshakable. Oh, we're unshakable, unexplainable, hard to hide, unbreakable.
If there's one thing that Morgan the baker has taught Morgan the singer, it's that she doesn't need a big stage to connect with an audience.
Being able to actually see someone live and not through Facebook Live. It's as healing for me as it is for them. Being able to get out of the house safely and, you know, just bring joy to people. Unshakable.
I'm Hannah McDonald, News Channel 5.